I've never been with anything.
You know, you notice that in Iraq, Saddam could walk around with 10,000 people with machine guns and he was fine. And even until the 30s, Americans would take guns on their sides to court hearings in major cities. Famous Lindbergh case, he wore a sidearm into that. This is how they operate. Oh, my God, the slaves have guns. But this guy has got an IFB that only television people, it's the professional flesh-colored clear one, flesh-colored down here, clear up here, that is hooked in for law enforcement. He looks like Secret Service. He looks like Secret Service I saw at the Bilderberg Group in Virginia. Or he could be some private merc, or he could be a listener. Who knows? But he's got, it's time to water the tree of liberty. And, you know, we sell T-shirts and hats that say, don't tread on me, with the Gadsden flag. And then it has the Thomas Jefferson quote on the back saying, the blood of patriots and tyrants must water the tree of liberty from time to time. Just amazing that this is going on. And we need to track down listeners. Who is that guy? Do you recognize him? Is he federal marshal? Because they're now saying ban protest because the citizens are evil. Number one threat's gun owners. Number one threat's the veterans. Just amazing. We've got more video clips coming up next hour as they say any criticism of Obama is racist. And that if we were all given sodium pentothal or truth serum, we would admit we were racist. It's not that we don't want to turn our guns in. It's not that we're against the government health care. It's not that we're against cap and trade. It's that we are racist. And it's not going to work. Let's talk to, I'm not talking to Steve in Chicago. He calls every day. Every day. So, Steve, you have a nice day. I told you can call once a week. Kurt in Texas. Kurt, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Is there a provision in the health care bill that you know of for genocide?
Yes, it has provisions about rationing care, limiting test, and hospice. And let me scan over this. I've actually got the bill, or I've got the sections boiled down. That's 200 pages long. The actual bill's thousands and thousands and constantly changing. But, yes, it does have well, I mean, take Obama's brother. Let's put Salon. Salon's not some right-wing publication. You know, with the headline, Obama's brother, Dr. Death. There it is. I mean, this is the guy who your former writing partner has actually confronted, and that got millions of views online, or hundreds of thousands I saw in one video alone. Tell us about Ezekiel Emanuel, Obama's Dr. Death. And that's not me saying that. That's Salon, Webster Tarpley.
Well, what I know about Ezekiel Emanuel is that he's a professor of bioethics. Now, bioethics is a very, very suspect academic specialty, because essentially what it has to do with is making decisions about the end of life.
It's a eugenics board.
It's going to be in favor of the insurance companies. I regard it also as economic austerity. In other words, they want you to die early for the bottom line. They say, why are we spending so much money at the end of life when if people simply accepted the idea of death, we could save all this money so we could speculate in more derivatives. So there's a eugenics motivation and there's an economic austerity. He's also said people with Alzheimer's and dementia should get no medical care whatsoever.
And he says that in speeches. And on top of that, and that's genocide right there, having the health care gives people jobs in the economy. It's this idea that having nice things hurts everybody, and that the pie's only one size. It's a classic oligarchical view. We're just going to have Webster Tarpley for another 50 minutes, then I'll hit a final news blitz at the very end of the show. I have the subsections here where old people are given death education. I'm going to go over this later. I have the subsections about CPS visits to your house. That's section 440 in 1904, page 838. I mean, it's all here. I mean, I could go on for hours over these subsections. Here's one. Page 280 of section 1151 imposes penalties and fines on private hospitals for preventable visits. So, see, now they're going to judge if you can even get a hospital visit. I mean, they just rationing care for special needs people, 1177 section. And Congressman Dingell, coming up in the next segment, got confronted. We got the fella coming on, and he didn't deny that the quadriplegic, you know, the guy who's paralyzed, was going to get no health care. Dingell says, yeah, we need to amend that. I mean, this is in there, folks. And the people at these town halls are informed. I guess Kurt's gone, or is he still there? Kurt, did that answer your question about the genocide?
Yes, I heard it on MSNBC, the fellow saying just exactly what you read there. And then last night, Keith Olbermann totally denied it. And, of course, then he said there wasn't any concentration camps either. That was all just theory. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for the Obama deception.
You bet. God bless you.
If I could just add, they talk about savings out of Medicare. Now, think what this means. The entire population over 65 is benefiting from what I think is a good program. It's underfunded. It has been gouged and chiseled and looted by Bush methodically, right, mercilessly during the whole decade that's now coming to an end. Obama says he thinks he can squeeze another $500 billion out of Medicare. Now, where in God's name is that going to come from? That's going to mean you're going to wait longer to get to see the doctor. You're going to wait longer for the procedures. They're going to try to convince you not to do it. They're going
and by the way, I've been watching the congressional hearings. They admit it and say we have to do this or you don't get health care. I mean, that's the incredible thing, Webster, is it's all admitted, but then they'll admit it to sell you on it, but then say it's not really in there. I mean, I think the level of lying and twisting and spinning is what's leading people to revolution because they're reading the bill, Webster, and finding out the truth.
The boast of Obama is that 80% of what he wants, the Republicans also want. Yes, they do. The Republican method is, well, let me go with Obama's method is that you're told to die by the death panel. In other words, there's some board of Malthusian bureaucrats who say it's time for you to die for the sake of the bottom line. The Republican method is to destroy these programs. No Medicare, no Medicaid, no nothing. You get a health savings account with a few $1,000s in it, just enough money to purchase your cancer diagnosis or your heart disease diagnosis, and after that, you're on your own. And if your procedure is $100,000 and you've got $2,000 in your health savings account, then you're also told to go and die. In the Republican method, it's done as the market. In other words, it's not a bureaucrat telling you. It's the impersonal action of the market. So that might be easier to hide under certain circumstances. With the Democrats, it's all out in the open. It's all the genocidal intent in their own statement.
It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. Let's go ahead and take another call here. Let's talk to Thomas in Maryland. You're on the air with Webster Tarpley.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I was at a town hall meeting last night in Towson, Maryland, with that scum Senator Cardin. And it was great to see the people come out and unite. I would say about 95 to 99% of the people were against the bill. Although they only let in about 500 people into the town hall, there was over 2,000 people out there protesting this. And
yeah, but like CNN goes out there and says, most of the people here actually agree with it. There's a few haters and Klan members here.
Propaganda. That's why nobody believes the CNN anymore. More people are pushed towards your movement.
Well, it's not my movement, but God bless you. Well, I tell you what, Thomas, tell us a little bit more about it, what happened at the meeting briefly. Then we're going to go to Robert. We're going to go to Common Side Effects Hawaii. People really abuse the fact that let them have any name they want. Christian and Heath and others. 1-800-259-9231. PrisonPlanet.tv is streaming live the radio show in living color.